Is little better than before.
Okay, so I'm going to read this. This world, which you try to prove to be real, is all the time mocking at you for seeking to know it, without first knowing yourself. How can the knowledge of objects arising in relative existence to one who does not know the truth of himself, the
Yeah.
knower, be true
Say
knowledge?
slow. Say slow. The same line slowly.
How can the knowledge of objects arising in relative existence to
Yeah.
one who does not know the truth of himself?
One who does not know. You see? So that means again that always the knower, knowing the knower. Is there any school? That is what our main effort through movies, through educational videos, that what you are seeking and looking is in your heart. The kingdom of God or the other word, paradise, you are seeking, you are looking, is not within you, but it is you. You have to turn it around. It's a 360-degree turn, means from head to the heart. That's simple. That's why people miss, because it's too simple. It's too natural. Natural. What is natural? Natural is simple. I, for example, show you or bring two apple to carrot, one natural, one chemical made or chemical oriented. The same way the people, the fake, what is fake? Fake people means they are obsessed, programmed by the society, by the country, and they took too many injections or programs, and then they start identifying, I'm American, I'm English, and blah, 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 blah,
I'm
blah,
a
blah.
socialist, I'm a.
All those things can be there when your heart chakra is open. They're not overpowering you. Then what that mean? Human being versus human doing. Because human doing balloons up the ego, and then human beings turn into human doings, and that is unnatural. And natural is simple human being. Then when you become the human innocent being, you have no fear, you have no time, and you are natural. Natural means how to do it. Again, the monkey mind. How? For example, we have learned the language, English, or take any language, but can we see each other without the language conditioning? The words they simplify in the world of material objects. Yes. Oh, this is orange, this is not apple. Yes, it does. But how do the cats and dogs go to the market, they buy. They through smell or through what? No, there is another kind of knowledge which is beyond words through silence. So, the more the advancement of technology, more the bigger need of the heart consciousness. You can put a heart chakra or whatever. Then that's what you're looking for, God, paradise. What that mean? Or the science. Infinite consciousness, infinite abundance. And that is your natural nature. Like how difficult for a French to forget the French. For a very other person, if is Japanese, he don't take no time to forget. But it would be difficult for him to forget Japanese. The same way, when heart is pure, clear, transparent, then human beings first and human doings come second. But we have done opposite. We become rigid in the ego. All those divisions and differences are no more in the dream state. Whether it is French, Japanese, they all dream the same. They do. The same way, when the awakened, enlightened masters, all the same. And it's not that you are to go years of scriptures and holy practices and all that. No, it's actually relearning, returning back to the original source of being, human being. Now, when we explain it so simple and so easy, people are not attentive to get the clear essence very quickly. Why? Because they're more used to the videos, program, classifications, and levels. Level 1, level 2, graduate, postgraduate. But you understand?
Yeah.
But it's very easy and very simple when you return to the heart. It's natural.
It's the original state.
Yeah, original. Original. How do you make a non-organic into organic? You just tell the non-organic that stop becoming chemicals. That's all. Is returning back to the source, to the heart, you know. Then there is no mind attack. How? So sometimes things are too simple and For example, actually, two things come. The ocean, the example I gave you, the doll made up of the salt, but that is made up of the water.
Yeah.
And it goes to measure the ocean. Ocean is infinite. But when it has fear, but it absorbs, it loses its identity. But at the same time is gaining
The wholeness.
the wholeness. As long as it says how will I measure the ocean? How? No. Ice cube coming from the ice looks separate, ice cube. But it simply observe without the thought, and then automatically it simply goes to the root, the source. So in reality, the gurus, the teachers, the schools, and all that are there for the people who are lazy. But in spiritual, psychological, it is our own mind man made fog. It's like a fog. It almost takes not even an hour or a minute to clean out the fog. It's that simple. Otherwise, when you are under the fog and you are like in the dream and you don't wake up, and then you can dream 1 hour, 10 life, and you are in the veil of the Maya. Veil of the Maya, the ego created. And they appeal to the ego. That's why lot of spiritual masters, even Buddhism, purify the mind. The mind is made up of to make you separate noise. The very separation, the very individual. Are you individual? No, you are just, like, it's very hard to describe because it's beyond description. It's like this. If the veil is there, you cannot see anything. The egg and the yolk, what is the egg? Inside or in the outside? No, when it's broken, you have to break. The same way, ignorance is like a veil, mind made veil, ego made veil. So, they ask me many times, Maharaji, why don't you have followings and ashrams? I say, look, I don't make small ashrams. The universe is the ashram. Unified wholeness. And then why don't you have programs? And I say, there are programs all the time. Different level of people, different level of programs. The Mayavadi, the egotistic, is befooled by the material things. He find the eternity into house, car, some reduced man, woman as a object, and that's their little uh, cage. So, because they decided, they live that. Then there are people who like little more. They want to travel the world over. Internet, they more expand. But they're still informative level, not not vertical. There are people who have bigger houses than the White House, but they never communicated with the blade of grass. They never saw their own garden because they are present in their own ego, in their own mind chattering. So, what is this moksha liberation? Is breaking the egg cell, breaking the egg cell made by the memory from childhood to you have nothing more than a past chip. And what is your data, what you have collected? So it's a dead life. It's a second hand dead life. And then they follow Buddha, Krishna. Those are also dead. You're following dead. And then you start changing your dress and clothes and you look more spiritual, so called spiritual. But inside you're still the same head, same burning, same misery as the householder has. You are just change your dress code. That's all. So don't change the world, but change thyself. And by changing thyself, all else is changed. And you don't need to change anything. Rather, wake up. Wake up means don't get, don't, don't, don't sell your life at the price of potatoes, spinach, or gold or silver. Because gold, silver, look at the Beverly Hills paper. There will be jewelry store, there will be the houses, or there will be the gemstones, the jewelry, what 10 million to $1 billion and sale. And oh, man. What is mankind? What has happened? How foolish more they can be. Shiny objects competing, owning, and feeling proud of that their own foolish garbage. When will you wake up? When will you wake up? When the block make a website to ask one problem my neighbor would help. It become one family. Then the love is flowing, not the shiny stones flowing. That is the spiritual, not the word spiritual. Even the animals and birds care for each other. They'll sacrifice when it comes to life. Because all life is one. When you are protecting someone, is not other, is your own. And that's what happened. When love is free, it is expand like air. Air does not decide that you're talking of air and light. They don't decide, oh, I go to this house, not that house. Even the coronavirus don't decide. So coronavirus is just a wake up call to the sense immune system. The same way the psychological and emotional and spiritual viruses are there because you are enveloped into those egg cell. So, like, do I need to be enlightened or I remain keep on sleeping? It is your choice. So, what is the choice unless someone tell you that in the dream the suffering will be there? Why? Nightmare. And you are a big Trumpy Trump or whatever, and you get suffering. Suffering means not this dream that someone beating you. No, the fears are there. Fears translate in the form of images, images, images. So then why people run away and become yogis? Yogis means they transcend the little ego to egoless state. They become cosmic being. Cosmic being means cosmic data. Cosmic data means they may not have much belongings, but they own the universe, the universal consciousness. Universal consciousness. And then the greedy mind says, oh, I like to get that state of mind where there is no suffering. Not knowing that your own ego is causing the suffering. So understand it in one day, in 1 hour, and you are done. Or one lifetime, 5, 10 life, anyway. So it's a quantum waking. You see, like the ice cube dissolved in the water, in the source. That's all. The separation is gone. Suffering is not to the human being. Suffering is to the human ego, human head, human doing. So stop being human ego, human doing, and be the human being, and you are then no more running, no more suffering, no more running for God, but you are the paradise yourself. The whole existence become the beloved. The infinite love you are looking, you are already it. Tat Vam Asi. Thou that you are looking, you already it. Other word, Om Shanti. Om
You have to press end.
Shanti, yeah.